Hey y'all. Hey y'all. It took me like 50 takes just to figure out how I was gonna come on here and greet y'all, but hey y'all, okay? It has been a couple weeks. I'm in a different setting. I'm at home today. This is my little creativity corner where I come, I read, I think, I meditate, I study. I got my blanket on, like I'm really chilling today. But I wanted for it to be a chill environment. I wanted it to be very authentic. And yeah. Anyways, how are y'all? But not for real. I want to know how y'all doing. Let me know how you feeling walking into this new year. I hope that by the end of this video, you feeling even better, even sharper for this year and everything that it may throw at us. I pray that all of you guys are just being safe and sanitized during this crazy COVID season, because y'all know that Omarion is going out. Okay, I didn't heard about another variant in France. Y'all know what I'm saying? But it's all right. We ain't scared. We ain't ducking nothing, okay? Well, we ducking the vid. We ducking that Omarion, okay? I could do this all day. But, you gotta laugh. You gotta keep your soul light, keep your heart light. Definitely laugh. To stop from crying, right? But no, I just pray that you guys are being safe. I've been doing the same. It's crazy out here. But as we step into 2022, I just wanted to make a video. I didn't know what I was going to make a video on, but then boom, God gave it to me. Like always, he always come through. Essentially, I'm going to be talking to you guys about changing your relationship with barriers. I didn't say how to never run into a barrier again, okay? I said changing your relationship with barriers. And before I even continue any further, perspective is very important. And I speak on this a lot, and I'll continue to do so. If you can change your mind, you can change your life, and it's literally like two people standing on the side of, we'll say a number 6. One person is at the bottom of the number and the other person is at what would be the top of the number. I'm sure you guys have heard this. One person sees a 6 and one person sees a 9. But if that person who sees a 6 were to go walk over to the side where the person sees a 9, they will see a 9 as well. So I just use that as an example of how perspective works. And I believe that even if 2 and then 3 and 4, if people can come together in order to share a positive and healthy perspective, I think that life will be easier and more enjoyable. I took some notes, so if y'all see me looking down a little bit, I'm looking at my notes just so that I can retain better and the video can go smoother overall. So, what is a barrier? I'm sure you guys are familiar with the barrier. Anything that basically isn't going right, an obstacle, something that comes up that was not initially in the plan, okay? We make different plans for our lives, or we just don't imagine certain things happening to us, right? Or just coming up, period. And a lot of times, if it's something that we perceive as negative, then we can categorize that as a barrier. So the dictionary definition, the Google definition, says a barrier is a fence or other obstacle that prevents movement or access. So anything preventing movement or access would be seen as negative, because it's like, what are you trying to get to? What is it that you're trying to access, right? And so barriers, they mess with our peace. We can allow for barriers to torment us. We can allow for barriers to break us down. We can allow for barriers to just not even break us down, but weigh us down, and just continue to obstruct and destruct. I could go on and on. I mean, even in your own life, just think about it. Think about a time where something happened or took place that you didn't necessarily, that kind of hurt you, that left you feeling hurt or confused. This could be losing somebody, right? This could be losing something, a job, a home, a relationship, a friendship, you know what I'm saying? So, a bond you never, you know what I'm saying? Anything. You ain't paid your bill, you know what I'm saying? So you have to suffer the consequences of that, or just anything that pans out to seem as if it's not working out for your highest good, or it's throwing you off course. A very important part of life is, before you overcome anything, you have to understand it, right? And so when it comes to things like barriers, I think at a point in time, I lived life for a long time because I seen everybody else live life like this, where I just tried to live the best life I could. Right? Sounds about right. Tried to be the best person I could. I knew I would mess up from time to time. Knew I wasn't perfect, but just, you know what I'm saying, like continue to just try to be the best, and whatever else happened. If things happened to come into my life that, you know, where seemed like they was happening to me, I would just be like, dang, like life sucked, like this ain't for the weak. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it's not, excuse me, I keep like a hiccup was trying to come up, but I don't know what that was. Okay. But yeah, like I was just one of those people who life happened to. And you might be that person, and that is all right. You know, I think that our experiences really shape us into who we are. I don't even think this is who I really am. I think this is who I've allowed for life to build me into. I've definitely, my light shines through, you know what I'm saying? The essence of who I truly am is definitely within me, and you see it in different parts of me. But if I could be completely honest with you, all around, this is not this is not truly who I fully am. I haven't fully embraced that, and a lot of us haven't either, you know. And that's okay, because that's something that takes time. It takes time to shift from that victim mentality and from thinking that things are happening to you and, you know, not for you. Because when something super unfortunate happens, who wants to think, well, this is happening for me? Because you didn't see that happening for you, you know. So you have all the natural, you go through the natural stages, I would kind of say, even of grief, you know, when things are coming your way that you didn't expect. And so even as we go into this year where a ton of unexpected events are going to arise, you have to allow for your perception to be healed and to be brought back to wholeness. You cannot have a broken perception, or else barriers will keep you stuck. That's what happens. If you don't learn how to overcome barriers, then you become stuck behind them, and then you're never able to access that level of peace. You know, you're stuck at a certain level. It just causes for you to be rigid all around, right? And you become discouraged, and you're like, I don't even know how to put my life back together after this. You know what I mean? I was reading a book, and the book is called The Untethered Soul. I don't know by who exactly, but I remember one day, I don't really like sometimes reading books because I'll just kind of stop reading. And so I'll do audiobooks. And one day I had got off work, and I was just playing an audiobook in the background, cleaning up or whatever, preparing for work the next day because I was just working back to back. And as I was working around the house, I hear the video, and I'm like, who he talking to? He started treating me, y'all. He started treating me. I'm not even playing with y'all. I kid y'all not. Go on iBook, go to the audiobooks, the Untethered. He ate me right up. And I was like, what? What he was talking about, in summary, because I'm not going to go too deep into it. Y'all got to check that out for yourself. What he was talking about is how life is constantly giving us opportunities for growth. Life is constantly throwing us in situations to try to stimulate growth. What happens if you're not careful is that a situation that was just supposed to stimulate growth and expansion within you will do the complete opposite if you do not look at it as something that is here to grow you as a person, right? And so bitterness comes from that. I mean, there are a ton of symptoms to being stuck behind barriers. You know what I'm saying? It's like being in prison. I heard something the other day. We imprison ourselves, but it's like sometimes these prisons and these cells that we're in, we can literally, they're unlocked. Like you might be in prison, but the door is wide open. Like it's just literally as simple as walking out. It's as simple as shifting your perspective. It's as simple as changing your attitude. It's as simple as doing the heart work. It's as simple as learning to understand yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so we're like, oh, it's so hard and this is so heavy and this has happened to me and that, and I sympathize with you like 100%. I'm not here to tell you that life doesn't suck sometimes. Well, what I am here to tell you is that you are not a victim, right? And you have the key to liberation. Liberation is just a fancy word for freedom, to be free, right? So you have the key. But it's like, it's insanity when you keep doing the same thing over and over again. But what I'm trying to say is, it's like just bondage. The same way that a barrier keeps you stuck, you're bound and you're blind. You don't even realize that you have the key the whole time. The key is already inside of you. This is the key. I'm doing a physical key, but the key is right here, right? And so when you come into the knowledge of, because I'm telling you, you can do way more than you think. You are way more powerful than you think. So when you understand and acknowledge the fact that, okay, and you accept, I have the key to my freedom, right? Anything unfortunate that may come my way, I have the key to overcoming it and not being stuck by this, not being bound by this, not allowing for this to blind me. I was also reading a book right here called Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. Okay, because y'all gotta check that out. Shout out to my boy Neil, man. You changing the sister up. All right, he changing my life, and I want him to do the same for you. So I might lose some people at this point because I am about to recite a passage from the book. This might not be your style. If it is, stay with me. If it ain't, man, it was nice while I had you here, okay? Come back for these gems, though, okay? Because you tweaking. All right, this is page 32, Conversations with God, okay? This is supposed to be God speaking, and he says, do not condemn, therefore, all that you would call bad in the world. Earlier, I had to look up, like, I know what it means to condemn, but I'm like, what does it really mean to condemn? Because, look, if you reading something out, and I hate to say this, because some people like, oh, I don't like reading it, that don't make sense. Just look up the words as you go, okay? Ain't nobody too good to look up the words as they read. It's nothing wrong with them, okay? So condemn is to express complete disapproval of, typically in public, whatever. So if I feel condemned by my family, I feel like they don't accept me, you know. For example, some people condemn certain family members that they have because they don't agree with a certain way that they live or something that they do, you know. Way back in the day, people would be condemned for different things, right? So this is saying everything bad in the world, don't automatically just take the position like, I disagree with this. Like, you know, don't be indifferent. Don't be good or bad, okay? Lean towards what's good, but mainly stand different. But I'm gonna finish, because this is my problem. I'm gonna finish reading. I had to give y'all that background knowledge, okay? Do not condemn, therefore, all that you would call bad in the world. Rather ask yourself, what about this have you judged bad, and what, if anything, you wish to do to change it, okay? Inquire within rather than without asking. What part of myself do I wish to experience now in the face of this calamity? That is the exact same thing that I heard in the Untethered Soul. Life is constantly giving us opportunities to grow. This goes hand in hand. It's not the exact, but it's the same concept. What part of myself do I wish to experience right now in the face of this calamity? What aspect of being do I choose to call forth? For all of life exists as a tool of your own creation, and all of its events merely present themselves as opportunities for you to decide and be who you are, right? Life is constantly giving us situations to stimulate, putting us in Life is constantly putting us in situations to stimulate growth. All of life exists as a tool of your own creation, and all of its events merely present themselves as opportunities for you to decide and be who you are. When he says, what part of myself do I wish to experience now in the face of calamity? All that simply means is, which part of yourself are you choosing to be? Which part of yourself are you choosing to be? Not just, you know, when you're happy. Are you able to choose the best parts of yourself when you're faced with a very tough situation, in the face of adversity, when you feel like you've been done wrong, when you feel like something unfortunate has happened to you, when you feel like you've been wronged? Are you able to still be that pure version of yourself? That just peaceful version of yourself? Like, you don't realize this, but you actively choose who you decide to be. I understand how people be like, I'm not crazy. Ooh, ask this person what they did to me for me to act crazy. Da, da, da. I understand that. But one of the hardest things that I had to humble myself and come to terms with is that it don't matter what nobody do to you, okay? It absolutely does not matter what anybody does to you. Your reaction is on you. that's gonna hurt some feelings, okay? It hurt my feelings when I heard it, okay? Because I'm like, what? Because I only went crazy when that. You chose to go crazy, ma'am. Ma'am, you could have walked away. That door wasn't locked. It wasn't no barriers in you had the opportunity to walk straight out. Life is just going to sit back and allow for you to choose. Y'all, free will is so powerful that not even God, the creator himself, can control it. It's a gift that we've all been given. Ain't nobody been cheated. Free will was your birthright. Every decision you've made up until now is the reason why you standing, sitting, laying, chilling, wherever you at right now. So the same way that you have free will, the same way you are able to choose which version of yourself you're going to be. Now, don't get me wrong. I lose control. You done lost control. We gonna lose control. But when we realize that we have control, that's when everything changes, okay? You are the master. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you're not a victim. This book says this is true for every soul. And so you see, there are no victims in the universe, only creators. You are living in the world that you created. It doesn't matter what such and such did to you X amount of years ago. It don't matter how somebody done robbed Peter to pay Paul and Paul and took your money. It don't matter. It doesn't matter what's been done to you. It doesn't matter what barriers have been thrown your way. It doesn't matter what you didn't ask for. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. I feel like I just need to keep telling somebody that it doesn't matter. I'm sorry. There's no excuse. Your reaction and who you choose to be is on you. This does not mean that we do not have to heal from things. This does not mean that it is okay for people to treat us wrong and do us bad. What this means is that no matter how people treat us or how we feel like life treats us, we have to keep our hearts pure. We have to keep our hearts clean. We have to keep our hearts open. We have to move with grace. If you think of something just gracefully floating around, it's like it's something majestic about it, right? That's how you want to be. You want to be graceful. You want to be majestic. You want to be light. This is male or female. This is an aspect that as a human being you want to possess. You want to be graceful. Like, when I think about grace, I think about how it just elevates. Like, I'm graceful. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing can touch me. Nothing can keep grace bound. Grace just elevates. It just keeps going up and up. No matter what it's hit with, no matter any of that, like, it just lets it fall off of it. And I promise y'all, if you just sit tight through some of these situations, if you just keep your heart open for long enough, before you know it, it'll pass, right? So I'm not here to do like a whole how to keep your heart open. I ain't that far yet. But I do want to say that if you need help, if you ever wondered why you react to certain things the way you do, if you ever wondered how you could deal with a lot of life situations better, I highly recommend that book, The Untethered Soul, right? So I was just saying all that to let you know that we actively choose who we want to be. Whatever part of yourself you choose to put on the front line, that's who's going to be showing up for you, right? It's the same way that we have present barriers, right? So things that happen unexpectedly, like this year, we don't know everything that this year is going to bring. Last year, at the beginning of the year, we didn't know everything that it was going to bring, right? Those unexpected barriers, the barriers that come into your present and your future, we have barriers of the past that keep us stuck. The same way that I said, so 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago, something could have happened, right? Because people like to try to downplay time. Oh, no. Something could have happened, and you could have never just moved past that. Emotionally, whatever. Mentally, that's something that you didn't. And so while you trying to overcome new barriers, you know what I'm saying? You still dealing with old barriers, right? And so the same way that we have, like, I think that a common past barrier would definitely be clinging to the past, right? So just like how we have negative things that stick with us and haunt us, that's the same way that we can have things that and as a whole, they might not have been positive, but they made positive impressions as far as like in our memories, you know what I'm saying? And so the same way that we hold on to the pain inside, we might hold on to the idea of something, or we might hold on to the way that something made us feel temporarily. And that can be an issue as well, because either way it goes, you're not able to move past that thing. Y'all, life is constantly changing. I promise you. We are not supposed to be hung up and dwelling on experiences, good or bad. We can appreciate experiences, but hold on to them, we cannot. The same way I think Nipsey Hussle said this. We can experience people, but we don't own them. We are just here all experiencing life. It's the hands. Because don't play right now. Okay? Because I'm really... but no, I don't know where this came from. I just want y'all to understand. The same way that we can only experience people, right? We can only experience life. We don't own life, right? When I say, oh, you're in control, not of life, you are in control of how you view life and how you experience life, right? And so when you don't even realize that you possess that much power, that's why you become a victim. Because you don't understand that this, baby, this... Hey, let me tell y'all how crazy your man is. I just heard somebody else say this yesterday. You can become a millionaire, right? You can get $1 million today. It's not about the money. If you don't have a millionaire mindset, you're going to be broke. You're going to go back broke, right? So same way, like she was just talking about how, like, if you want God to send you a husband or a wife, if you're watching this, I don't know if that's for you, but if you want God to send you a husband or a wife, you better start becoming a husband or a wife. Like, if you want $1 million, you better start you better start developing a millionaire mindset. You better start becoming a millionaire, even without the money. Because it's not about the thing. That's what people don't understand. It's not about the thing. It's about your relationship with it. It's not about the money. It's about your relationship with the money, right? It's not about the person. It's really about your relationship with yourself. You get what I'm saying? Because if you don't have a good relationship within, you definitely not going to be able to create nothing beautiful and pure and wholesome with the next person, something that's truly fulfilling. You're not going to be able to get that. And so we want to attain these different things, but we haven't even obtained the mindset. So you're not a victim. Life is not happening to you. It's happening for you, right? I promise you that if you allow it to, right? If you keep your heart open, if you don't close your heart, if you don't become closed, you know what I'm saying? Like the Untethered Soul talks about all of this. After this, low key, I'm gonna need them to shout me out. I don't know who made the Untethered Soul. Neil, what's up? I need that feature. You heard? Where were we? My God. Y'all, the Untethered Soul says there are two kinds of experiences that can block the heart. You are either trying to push energies away because they bother you, right? So those barriers, when life happens and you want to go and hide behind a rock, so you act like it's not happening, or something negative happened and you weren't able to fully process it. You didn't have the education that you needed to know, how can I really get over this and not just learn to cope with it and let my heart close. Either trying to push energies away because they bother you, or you are trying to keep energies close because you like them. This is that clinging I was talking about. So when the past begins to become a barrier in the present, that's not good, because you got to be on your A game for the barriers that are still to come. So if you still got stuff from the past holding you up, how you even gonna be alert and be able to give your energy and attention to this barrier, this new barrier that just then fell in your lap? You know what I'm saying? So essentially, if you can't let go of things as well, like if you cannot allow for that past barrier to just die and stay in the past, you're not going to be able to be in that mode to like overcome the things that have yet to come, because life is constantly changing. There's always going to be more to come. There's always going to be another bump in the road. There's always going to be a new obstacle. You have to look at it as, number one, this is an opportunity for me to grow. And when I say this is an opportunity for you to grow, this goes back to which part of myself am I choosing to be right now in this moment. Like, I've just gotten done right, wrong, up, down, left, and right. Okay, I didn't went around on the crazy train 3 times and got off, got beat up, all type of stuff. Like, life done really just had me messed up. Even with that being said, which part of yourself are you choosing to be? Are you choosing to radiate grace? Are you choosing to be graceful? Are you choosing to allow for this to be something that can bring out the best in you? Because right when the situation is happening, y'all, right when the situation is happening, that's your opportunity to choose which part of yourself. And so I was impulsive in the past. Up until this point, I was very impulsive. I was very destructive. It's cool. I'll let y'all know. It was a different girl, okay? I was very just easily upset. A lot of times whenever something would happen, I would just react. And I wouldn't respond. I would just react. When you react, it's like an instant thing, right? You don't really have time to think when you react. That's like when people just get to fighting. Like somebody says somebody hit you. You ain't even had no time to try to respond. You didn't just hit them back. Now y'all just tussling, rolling around in the street, look like y'all preparing for it. What they used to do when you was rolling, stop, drop, and roll. Y'all rolling all down the field. You outside, you got grass on your back. Why are your braids on the floor? Why are your braids on the floor? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like being a little goofy today. But I'm just saying. Because you done messed around and chose to react. You didn't even have enough time to respond to the situation. You didn't even have time to choose. And that's when this becomes dangerous. When you're not able to choose which version of yourself you get to be and you supposed to be in control of how you experience life, you got a problem. There's something going on. That control is gone. You've been programmed to just react. You just reacting. Do y'all know how much energy you waste doing that? Do y'all know how tired and weary and beat down you're gonna be if you constantly reacting? So I heard something and it said the difference between reacting and responding is taking 90 seconds. If you want to respond, if you're tired of reacting, as soon as something happens, if you know where it can go, stop talking. This is what I say about us having the ability to choose. Close your mouth. Don't say nothing else. If you can, respectfully walk away. This could be anything. It may not mean the problem as a whole is going to go away, but if you know that you would rather respond in this situation and choose who you are going to be and who you are going to respond as, then it's in your best interest to walk away. You need 90 seconds. That's 1 minute and 30 seconds. You need 90 seconds. 90 seconds to ask yourself this question. Who am I going to be in this situation? Sound cliche, but y'all's talking to somebody who doing the hard work. Okay, I've seen it. These aren't just things that I hear and be like, let me tell them that sound good. I tried this stuff. So even if it might not work for one person, it's going to work. If it was 50 people to watch this video, but 2 people really felt like they took something away, I'm jumping for joy. Because all it takes is one person, even if 2 people, all it takes 2 is a bonus, okay? If this really touched one person's heart, then they can share this with somebody else, and so on and so forth. And that's what I meant in the beginning of the video about when 2 and 3 and 4, when people come together in with an enlightened perspective, life becomes more enjoyable. And we can enjoy life together better and just all around. I don't even know what I was trying to say. But your relationship with life starts with your relationship with yourself. So it works like, first your relationship with yourself improves. Then your relationship towards life improves, just in general. And then your relationships, friendships, romantic, work, anything you could think of, like everything else just improves after that. But it all starts with you. I cannot make this up. All in all, in life, perspective is everything. I hate to tell y'all. When they used to be talking about the glass is half empty and there's 2 types of people, the glass is half empty and the glass is half full, they was not lying. Wasn't no line, wasn't no cap in they rap, okay? This is all about how you choose to see it. So that's why it doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what life has randomly thrown at you. It doesn't matter who wronged you. It doesn't matter, any barrier that's been placed on your path. It does not matter because you are in control of how you experience that. You know what I'm saying? So even if initially you weren't able to choose the best part of yourself to experience, you know what I'm saying? It does not matter. Go back to that event, reevaluate it, figure out where you weren't able to overcome it, reflect, figure out how you can move past that. And accept that it might not happen overnight. Accept that this might be something that I really have to put in work to accomplish. In order to be free from this might be something I really got to go at it. But if you could get up every day and you can get on your phone and go at it in these comments and be on the shade room, if you can text Craig, Day Day, and Donica back, okay, that took me too long. Like, that didn't even sound right. But if you could go text gang back, if you could be all up in that group chat or all doing this and that, like, why you can't go back and try to heal from something that hurt you? So this is what's going to separate people who life happens for and who life happens to. Because if you feel like life happens to you, you're going to be so stuck in a victim mode that you don't even never come out to the possibility. I ain't doing that. That don't even sound. I already know it, y'all. I know it's because I was that person at one time. I'm not doing that. That's dumb. That don't even sound right. Woo, that don't, okay, whatever. Woo. And that's going to do what? Da, da, da. Just negative. Didn't want to give nobody or nothing a try, a fighting chance, a tough nut to crack. Okay, I get worked up just even thinking about it. It's this. This is your tool right here. So anything that you are faced with, you have the control. And so for me, I understand, like, there's a lot of different things you can do. There's breath work, there's meditation, there's just so many. All I would say is just start with getting to know you. Start to go to those places that you try to keep hidden from everybody else, even yourself at times. Go to those places and explore the depth of you. Explore those past barriers and prepare for the ones that are still to come. Because the lighter you make the load, the easier it'll be to get through it. Keep choosing actively. Take your 90 seconds. Take a walk. Take a break. Take a bathroom break. Take a water break. Ain't no excuses. Y'all, stop making excuses for yourself. I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to me. Stop making excuses. Excuses, excuses, excuses. You're going to look up and you're going to make so many excuses. You about to die. And you still got an excuse. You got 2 more breaths and you going to use your last breath and a half to make an excuse. Y'all ain't right. Won't be me. So yeah, do the hard work. Start doing the inner work. This is your sign, okay? If you haven't been, all jokes aside, this is your sign. You are loved. I'm going to tell y'all every video. You are valued. You are cared about. You were placed on this earth with a unique gift that was made, a vision, something made just for you that nobody else can take. Nobody else can take what God has already said is yours. But are you able to undo the years of trauma and bondage and barriers that have allowed for you to become stuck in this version of yourself that's not even you? Are you able to do that? Are you willing? You're able, but are you willing? Is that something that's important to you? I don't know, y'all. There's something you gotta ask yourself, okay? And I just want to let you guys know, this is not all me. I always say I'm moved by something bigger because I mean it. You don't have to be religious. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I'm a believer, right? I'm a follower of the Most High. You do not have to be religious, but I recommend getting in tune with a higher power, getting higher guidance. And for me, that was God, okay? I just found out Jesus' name, his real name is Yahweh. I heard that Jesus... I don't even want to get into that. Might get my video flagged if I go down the history of how these people done distorted all that type of stuff. For me, it was like when I was trying to find that unconditional love for myself, because until you even have a little bit of love for yourself, you're not going to want to you still going to want for life to happen to you. So when you start to love yourself, you start to realize, oh, baby, I ain't a victim. I'm a victor. Okay? I will get through anything. You start to trailblaze through life. So it's all about perspective. It goes back to the mind. If you lack self-love, you have to change your perspective of yourself, right? So this video was about barriers and obstacles, but a very big key of this video was perspective. And so I just encourage you guys to find a new way to change your perspective every single day. If you want to get more into hard work and get on YouTube. I'm not the only person on here who does that, does this, does that. I do that, though. I does that. I'm not the only person on here doing this. It took for me to see somebody else getting up on YouTube talking to people, for me to be like, hey, I can do that. I feel led to do that. Maybe I need to do that. And here I am today, okay, talking to you. So, there are no excuses. Actively work on shifting your perspective because life is constantly changing. Things are not happening to you, they're happening for you, right? You are chosen. Everything that is happening in your life and that has happened up to now has been divinely orchestrated. Remember that you have free will, so you get to choose who you want to be, how you want to respond, and you get to choose the quality of life and the experiences that, you have. So I encourage you, don't go into this year a victim, okay? This is just another year. 2023 going to be coming up right next, but I'm going to let you know for 2022, I beg and I plead with you to go into this as if you are victorious. Successful and abundant people, they walk into rooms like everybody already knows their name. They walk into deals, signings like they've already been selected. They know they have. You got to go into this year knowing I'm a victor, right? So the same way that you could say I'm too skinny, I'm too fat, or I don't know, I fail in all my relationships. The same breath it takes to say that is the same breath it takes to say I'm a victor. I'm successful in my relationships. I'm the perfect size. I'm this, I'm that. Y'all, I don't care how crazy you think you sound. Start talking to yourself. So life is not going to change. This was kind of hard for me to tell you guys, but life is not going to change until your mind does, okay? So yeah, I didn't even realize that this would be that kind of, channel where I'd be coming on here and talking my stuff. You know what I'm saying? But this is just what I feel led to do. I'm dropping a vlog. I'm dropping 2 videos back to back, so stay tuned. I love y'all so much. Y'all are so beautiful. Look at my lash finna come off. Period. I have my long headband on today. I just want to say I appreciate y'all supporting me and everything I do. And I will see you guys on the next video. I really hope that you guys enjoy me and Jade's Girl Talk segment from my video, Jade's Last Day. It's a lot of personality in there, so kind of nervous putting it out. But not for real. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. Stay prayed up, safe, and sanitized. I said safe twice because, man, stay safe. Better stay safe. It's not safe for nobody out here, okay? Love you guys. Bye.